everybody. Tiff is off today, and Zora Stephenson is joining me to chat. She is, of course, the Bucs sideline reporter. As fans know, this Friday night, the Bucs will finally get back to the court in Orlando at the Bubble. So, Zora, will you be at Walt Disney World too?
I will not. As you can see, I've still got my couch behind me, still in Milwaukee, but we will be broadcasting the games. That's the good news.
Okay, so you sent me a picture yesterday, and I want you to tell us about this setup because I knew you weren't going to be in Orlando. You're not going to Walt Disney World, at least not this time. But you're going to be doing player interviews on Zoom, right? And you're going to be at Fiserv Forum.
Everything is going to be done digitally, and the picture that you're seeing is how Jim and I actually did the broadcast for the scrimmages. So we're at Fiserv Forum. You can see everything in the background. We're keeping the arena warm for you all. And for walk-offs, I'll almost have a headset on, and the player and I will be able to see each other, but he'll be in Orlando, of course, and I'll be at Fiserv Forum. So very different, but the game remains the same.
I love that part of it. Are you excited to just get back to business now, finally?
I think everybody is excited to have basketball back. We have so many things going on in our world, and the NBA has done an amazing job of continuing conversations around social justice in terms of the health and safety. The players have said they're really pleased and impressed, but basketball makes us happy and it brings us joy. And at the end of the day, a champion will be crowned, and fans everywhere are excited about that.
I like that too. I think we're all sick of sports reruns, so I appreciate that sentiment. One of the things that I think is impressive is that the Bucs have, of course, a really good record at home, as everybody knows, but they have a good record on the road too, which is going to come in handy, I think, for them right now.
Well, this really is a neutral court. It would be hard to compare it to home or away because there's no crowd noise, and that's what really makes those away environments so tough to play in. What's interesting, though, is the NBA is doing everything it can to try and add little tidbits from home. So, for example, DJ Shauna from Milwaukee is in Orlando. When you see the courts, if Milwaukee is the home team, they'll have their name and logo. And then there'll be 300 virtual fans on these boards cheering for the Bucs when they're at home.
I love that. And I think the sound is so much a part of that. I've seen that with baseball. Now that they've started their season, it's like you don't realize what you're missing even watching a broadcast with fans in the stand and the sound of crowds roaring. So it's good to know that they're going to be doing that. I just saw a picture, I think it was on Twitter, of Giannis wearing a mask. And it wasn't this picture in particular, but there was a caption on one of the pictures I saw that said, "Be like the MVP, wear a mask." Do you feel, I know you're not there in person, but do you feel like players and the people around them there are doing a good job of respecting that protocol?
100%, 100%. Chris Middleton a couple weeks ago said, it's not that hard, just wear a mask. And I agree with that. And these guys are taking it seriously. Health and safety is of the utmost importance, not just for the team, but for the league as well.
How have you been staying busy lately? Just shifting gears a little bit. I know we've all been at home so much more. So what do you do to stay busy?
Well, these past couple weeks, it's been prepping and preparing for the games that are coming up, the scrimmages that we just had. Any off time that I have, Molly, I have never enjoyed fresh air so much. Just going on a walk, having a picnic, right? Really enjoying the outdoors has been our getaways.
It's good medicine. I totally agree with you. What about cooking? It seems like every time we talk to you now, since we know that you like to cook and you've been doing more of it, we like to know what you're up to, if there's anything you've made lately that you like.
Give credit to my husband on this one. The past couple weeks, I've been slacking a little bit. So he's made some curry chicken. He made some nice vegetables yesterday, so he's been picking it up.
Good for him. I'm impressed. I like hearing that. That's fantastic. What about working out? We had a personal trainer, a trainer to the stars yesterday tell us that he feels that you can work out anywhere, that you shouldn't get trapped in thinking that you have to go to a gym, that you have to be in a class in order to get your exercise. What do you do? You mentioned walking. Do you do other things to work out or get your exercise?
We've had a couple complaints from the people that live below us of doing jump squats and all that kind of stuff in the apartment. So we've been getting creative as well. There's a ton of apps that you can get that will give you full body workouts without any equipment. And when I tell you it's just as close to the real deal, it is. And then, of course, walking and running is great as well.
Yeah, for sure. What about on the road? What do you like to eat? Are there certain go-to things for you? Because you're probably on the go all the time when you travel.
My initial reaction to that is everything. I do enjoy a good meal, right? Work out hard, eat hard. That's the motto. It depends on the city, though, right? If we're talking about Memphis, well, then you want a little barbecue. New Orleans, you want some Creole. If we're by water, you want seafood. So I try to go with what the locals eat.
I was just going to say, taking in the local flavor. Speaking of that, is it true you've been in Milwaukee now? Is it almost a year? Because I feel like it was September that you signed on with the Bucks.
You're exactly right, September, which is nuts because so much has happened in less than a year. Obviously, the world is changed, but enjoying my time here, enjoying the people here, and glad to call Milwaukee home.
That is so cute. I love that. What about what you wear? Because it's funny. I see sideline reporters and I see them wearing heels, and I think to myself, how do you chase those players and do all the stuff you have to do with that footwear? So it made me wonder what you wear, what kind of foot gear you wear when you're actually there in person covering games.
For me, it really just depends on the mood. Sometimes I've got the heels. You'll notice I'm a little bit taller, but Molly, not gonna lie, I am known to have Converse, Chuck Taylors on the sidelines, low tops, high tops, purple, white. Just depends on how I'm feeling.
That's my girl. Well, people know you play basketball yourself, so that makes you can wear them. You're legit in Converse, I would say. Do you consider yourself, I don't know if we've asked you this before, but I think it's fascinating, people in our business, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I think professionally, I have to be an extrovert, right? But and Molly, you can understand this. We are quote unquote on so much of the time when we're talking about television and being out. So sometimes when you get home, you want to be a little bit of an introvert and just spend time with yourself. So I go back to just depends on the day, but naturally extrovert for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment completely. I think people assume we're extroverts because of what we do, but I think we've all got an introverted side to us. Even Tiffany, who isn't here to defend herself, is a bit of an introvert at times. It was so great to see you. I hope the Bucks have a great game. Friday, who did they play in this restart?
The Celtics, which is right where they left off on the schedule, so it should be a good one.
Fantastic. I hope it's a great game. Can't wait to watch you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Anytime. See you guys soon.
Yeah, see you soon. And here's our sound off question today. In honor of Zora and in honor of the Bucks restart to their regular season, we want to know, what would you say to Giannis if you had the chance to talk to the Bucks superstar? Go to our Facebook page. Tell us what you think. We'll talk about it a little bit later.